Hey, welcome to Davita's Stamp and Spot. It is Monday night at 8 o'clock. I'm actually on time for a change. Can you believe it? So I'm still having some lighting issues. We're going to see how tonight looks. Got some different lights, and I'm, to be honest, continue to forget to work on getting them set up so you guys can see me and then see my workspace. Right now, if I flip it around, the lights would be in the way and you wouldn't be able to see me. Well, you could see me, but there'd be a bunch of pictures or lamps and lights in the way. All right, so let me know if you're watching tonight. I want to show you how to make this box. I don't know, in the last couple of weeks, I asked if you guys would like to learn how to make this, and the responses were yes. So I want to thank Shelly at Hearts of Oz. She showed us how to make this. And I have in here two different ideas. One of them I covered Ghirardelli chocolates. And then you can also cover the nuggets. 6 nuggets fit in there if you want to do that. Now I will tell you, the first one I made my ribbon too short when I was at Hearts of Oz. Today I made it a little too long, so I'm hoping tonight will kind of be in the middle. But you pull on that and it brings your greeting up, and then as you push it in, the greeting goes down. So I'm going to show you how to make that tonight. It's called a pop-up easel gift box. So our first piece we're going to talk about is 7 by 7, and I'm going to score it at 1 and 2 on all sides. I'm going to show you how to do that. We also have a piece that's 3.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 1 and 11/16 and 2 3/4 from both sides. 2 pieces that are 7/8 by 2 7/8. One piece that is 1 by 3. This is the piece that will go around the nuggets if you want to wrap nuggets. Your center piece is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. A 6-inch piece of ribbon, 2 pieces that are 15/16 by 2 7/8. A white piece is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8, and a boho blue 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and those are going to layer together. And then we have a piece that is 1 by 4, scored at 1, 2 5/16 and 3 5/8. I have to admit, switching between the 16ths and 8ths was a little bit of a challenge today, but I was able to do it. And I'm hoping I remember everything and can show you tonight how I did it. All right, so we're going to go back to the base piece right here. Again, it's 7 by 7. We're going to score at 1 inch and 2 inches on all sides. So to save on time, this is 7 inches. So I did 1 and 2, and now I'm going to do 5 and 6. I'm going to turn it this way and do the same thing. 1, 2, 5, and 6. And this is your base that's going to make your box. It's kind of hard to see that. There you can kind of see the score lines, okay? All right. Now you're going to grab a pair of scissors, and we are going to cut it out so that we're taking off 3 squares on the outside of each corner. So we made 1-inch squares here. We're going to cut these 2 off. That seems bright there, doesn't it? Let's see if that's a little better. And then we're going to cut this one off here. You know, I threw that lamp away because I was so frustrated with it. And now I'm wishing I would have hung on to it. All right. So it's always easier when we cut a little angle in here like this. I'm going to angle it. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to cut off 3 squares and leave 1 square. One thing you want to remember is you want to cut the flaps so that they're all going the same directions. When we did this in Wichita, one of my table mates made the mistake of putting two flaps going one direction on one side and then flipped it around on the other side. So I want to remember when I go this way that I leave this one here. I'm going to cut off 2 inches or 2 1-inch squares here. This is what you're going to throw away. So it's not critical that you hang on to these. And we're going to angle it so that we get a nice, when we fold it up, it'll fold nice and we won't have any bunching cardstock. Like that. Okay, so you can see I can keep going around, and then also on these flaps, we're going to angle as well. So you're going to angle on the outside piece all the way around. And it just makes putting your box together a lot easier if you cut it at a diagonal like this. All right, so you could sit here and watch me cut, or I could cheat, and here's the one that I have already cut. Now, I gave myself some reminders because I was afraid I would forget, like I did when I was creating today, and I had to start all over, which is, I must say, is pretty irritating. All right, so we are going to cut these pieces. We're going to glue these pieces down now. And I'm still working out in the kitchen, trying to keep my leg propped up. So all my partially used glue bottles are out there. All right, now let's do the one with the ribbon first. Okay, so for the ribbon, you want to make sure that you put your ribbon down, and we're going to wrap it around like this. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's boho blue on boho blue, but we're going to put it, come on. Kent's been laughing at me all day because my fingers just have not worked well. Now, I must have cut this one a little shorter than 6. It's not going to matter, but it'd be nice to have these match up. Oh, it should have been 6.5, and I did 6. So I'm going to use some tear tape because you want this ribbon to hold really well, because this is what people are going to pull on as they open and close their little gift box. So you want to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. So let's see, I'm short a 1/2 inch. So I think I'm going to go like that. And I want to have a little give here. Oh, hang on. I had someone come to create with me the other day, and she goes, "Why do you give us a silicone mat?" This is exactly why. So I have my sticky on there, but I'm not ready to stick this down because I need to put my DSP on here first. And so I am going to use my silicone mat because it resists the glue and it won't stick to my adhesive. All right, so we're going to put this on here. And then wrap this around. And remember, we want it to have a little give so that you can pull. We're going to go about, I think that's about a 1/2 inch. So it'll give us a little room. All right, like that. Make sure it's stuck down really well. And actually, I'm going to add just a little more tape here. All right. So tomorrow night is my 2nd month of Kit and Cup. And unfortunately, I picked days where it seems people are having a lot of conflicts. So if you're planning on coming, please let me know. I am trying to decide whether I am going to go ahead and have it. At this point, I only have one person coming to join me, which makes me really sad. So if you can come and join, please do. We're going to meet from 6 o'clock until 8:45 at 10 and 2 coffee, and bring a kit. Or if you don't have one, I've got several in my stash. If you don't have a kit you can buy from me, if you've got a kit or something you want to work on, I'm asking for a $30 order. And I am also, by placing an order, you'll also receive a drink from the 10 and 2 coffee, and I will cover the cost. So I'm hoping you guys are going to fit that into your crazy schedules and join me tomorrow night at 6 or on Wednesday morning from 9 to noon. All right, so I've got my 4 rectangles there. I've got my ribbon here. And now we are going to make our boxes. Now you want your most sturdy sides to be the one that gets pulled. So we're going to put the flaps in like this. And I know those are going to bend the other way, but for ease, I'm going to put those outside flaps the other direction. I'm going to put some tear tape down. I thought this idea was really fun. And I know I say this every week, but when I look at projects, I always think, oh, that's going to be really difficult. And then I find it's not nearly as difficult as I thought. But then I've had people say too, well, once you know how to do something, it isn't hard. And that is very true. All right, so we're going to bring this around and close it like that and push it down really well. And I'm going to work my way around the box. So we'll put some adhesive on here, put that down. Now this one is going to be the side that is the back of the pull section. And so we want it nice and sturdy too, because it's going to have some pulling going on. So I just found out today that on Thursday, the 19th, Stampin' Up! Is offering a really good deal. All stamp sets in the 2023-2024 annual catalog are 15% off. Every one of them except the host sets. They remain their normal price, but all other stamp sets are 15% off. So if they've got some things on your wish list, you've been trying to decide when would be a good time to order them, it would be on Thursday. Now, on top of that, remember that the offer this month is to, for every $50 you spend before shipping and tax, you get a $5 coupon that you get to use in August. And so that would be added on top of the 15% off deal. So you get 15% off. Then when you hit $50, you're going to get a $5 coupon you can use in August. And then I offer every month the tutorial. And I think this month has 42 different card projects that you get all the instructions for. So hit that $50 a month, and it's a huge benefit, especially this month. All right, so this piece is 3.5 by 8.5, and it was scored at 1 11/6. Excuse me. 1 11/16 and 2 3/4. So I know I was yakking, but I'm assuming you were able to watch me put the box together. That's pretty simple. All right, so now on this one, we need to make an opening, and they suggested using the deckled rectangles, and I used that smallest one there to cut out this section. All right, now you also need to cut it out of the 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 piece. And I should have glued this on here first and then cut it out, but I forgot to do it. So I did it kind of in a reverse order, but it still's working. So we're going to glue this piece on. This is the top of your box. And we're cutting out that rectangle because it is going to make the opening for your slide mechanism. All right, so I'm going to line this up. Like that. You see just a little edge over here, and that was because like I said, had to do it backwards. I would strongly encourage you to put this designer series paper on your cardstock and then cut it out. A tip I learned from a team member the other day was that if you're running this through the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, don't do it straight like this. If this is your base of your die cut machine, angle it like this, and for some reason it cuts better if it's at an angle. Don't do it straight on, do it at an angle. And I've been trying that theory, and it does really help. So that's a neat little tip for you. All right, now this is your outside piece of your box. And I found that it was really nice to wrap it around the box to get your shape, but don't make it really, really snug, or it's going to be hard to pull it out. Okay, so you want it tight. I mean, you want it to fit around the box, but not so tight that it won't pull out. So what I did was I put some adhesive here. Then I put it around my box, this, and matched it up, and then tried to make sure there was a little bit of give before it sets really well. Just kind of check it out just a little bit. All right, so now let's see if it'll slide. Yep, see it sliding. Maybe should have made it just a tad bit looser. I think we're going to be okay. Now this next step is probably the trickiest part, and it's really not hard if you just take your time. Okay, so we have this piece. It's 1 inch by 4 inches, and I scored it at 1 inch, 2 5/16, and 3 5/8. Okay, so here's my 1 inch, my 2 5/16, and then 3 5/8. The 3 5/8 piece is going to be attached right on the edge. I'm sorry, on this edge, right on the edge. I'm sorry, guys, didn't mean to confuse you. The one thing with the decal is go back and make sure you get rid of all those little knobbies. If you have a die that's for a rectangle that's about this size, I would encourage you to use it instead of the decal, just because the decal has those little bumps. You don't want anything messing up your slide mechanism. All right, so when you do this, the 1/2 inch piece here is going to attach to the front of your box. So right there, okay. My goodness, something is catching there. So when that happens, we adjust, right? So I'm going to go back and make sure. Now, Diana gave me this awesome guide that her husband helped her make. And yes, Diana, I finally got it on my cutter today. It gives you 3/8 and 1/2. So if you look at this, you can see that it says 1 inch, an 1/8, a 1/4, 2 3/8, a 1/2, 5/8. Let's see if you can see that. Makes it really, really easy for measuring. Really nice. So thank you, Diana, and your husband for doing that for me. All right, we are going to put tear tape here. Again, this is going to be a piece that is pulled a lot, so you want to make sure you have really good adhesive. And then I'm going to put tear tape on the last section. So you're putting it on the first section and the last section. Okay, I'm tearing that off because I want to put a third strip in there. Really good adhesive there. Okay. All right. Now, I have tried 2 different ways, and I think this is easier. You want your 1/2 inch section. No, you want your tear tape to come off. All right. You want it to line up underneath this right here. Okay. You're going to notice that I line it up even with the edge of the box here. And there's a little bit extra here, but that's not going to matter. Then we're going to push the box back in. And this piece that has it's actually a 1-inch piece, is going to go down in the box, and you're going to attach it to the back of the box. Okay. So you're making a little mountain there. Can you see that? So you're going to attach it to the back of the box, and you want it on the opposite side of your ribbon. And then you're going to hook it on the front, right in front of your rectangle that you cut out. Okay. So you can see as I pull, that stands up and goes down. Okay. And that way you know that you got it right. And make sure you can see that. So here we go. See, it goes up like that and then back down. Okay. All right. I'm going to add some more adhesive, and I'm going to use my tear tape. It's kind of a tear tape day, I guess. Right. So none of you have commented yet. Yesterday, Sunday, was ice cream day, National Ice Cream Day. And what's your favorite ice cream? I have to tell you, on 4th of July, we decided to make homemade ice cream. So we made chocolate, and then I threw in some Oreos in that, and vanilla. And normally it seems like our grandson loves chocolate. So we all expected him to want the chocolate, but nope, he wanted the plain vanilla. We tried to get him to watch or to try the chocolate. He wouldn't even give it a try because he was so happy with the vanilla, which was really funny. All right, so this is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. This piece is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. All right, you ready for video magic? Looky there, already stamped. All right, so this one is from the Timeless Arrangements. There's a bundle and a stamp set, and it's this stamp here I used, and I've used this a lot lately. It says, "I really appreciate you." You can see it right there. There's the flower. These lights are just driving me crazy. All right, so I'm going to glue the 2 pieces together. You can see I stamped this in navy, and then I colored it in with boho blue. And so you can see the blends on the back here, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to glue this down. Hey, Linda and Deb, it's good to see you guys. Wish you were here and we were making this together. I'm jealous you're getting a stamp together. But now that you're retired, you can do that, can't you? That's awesome. I'm glad you're taking time out from your stamping to watch tonight. So I attached just on that top section. So now watch. Isn't that fun? And I was worried about this amount. You can maybe even make that a little bit smaller. So maybe I could have matched that up, but you want it enough. The first one I made, I couldn't even get my finger underneath there. All right, so then if I want to take that Ghirardelli and put it in there like that, you could put 2 in if you wanted to. Isn't that a fun little treat and a fun surprise? There you go. If you would like written dimensions for everything, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to send that to you. Let's see, did I tell you everything I need to tell you? Kit and Cup tomorrow night from 6 to 8:45 at 10 and 2 coffee, and then Wednesday morning from 9 to noon. I didn't do this, but this is 1 inch by 3, and that goes around the Hershey's chocolate if you want that. And then next Tuesday, the 25th, is Crop and Cup. Bring a project to work on. You must purchase a drink from 10 and 2 coffee to attend. I'm not charging anything. I'll bring the little mini trash cans and a foam spot with paper for everybody, but you're going to be responsible for your projects, and that's on the 25th. So here you go one more time. I'll angle this so you can see it pop up. Isn't that fun? All right, I hope you've enjoyed my box tonight. Remember, Thursday, all stamp sets in the 2023-2024 catalog are 15% off, except the host sets. So I will be placing orders throughout the day. Feel free to send me your order. Online, you'll see the host code I would like you to use if you're not spending $150. And I think that is all I had to share with you. I hope you're having a fabulous Monday, and we'll see you next Monday at 8. Bye.